What is up, everyone? We are back, another video. This time, going to be going through the OOTP 24 beta. It just dropped today, so very excited to check this out. I've gone through a little bit and just checked out what's been going on, what kind of changes have been made. So the biggest one that I noticed was, shoot, I'm going to lose where I was. Okay, so this is interesting, the AI settings. First of all, a lot more variation in trading difficulty, which is cool. They have this hard mode, which you're not able to use the make this work now button. You just have to, I guess if the trade is good, which is pretty cool. Sounds insanely difficult. And there's also this reputation system, which longtime OTP players will know that the reputation for your, GM never really meant anything. But now I guess the reputation will will change based on the trades you make and what teams you trade with. And yeah, very interesting. And if you submit an offer and don't complete the trade, it'd be a large negative impact on your reputation. So I guess it'll be more difficult to make trades. I'm not sure what this trade deadline day time limit is, but that seems really interesting. I'm going to sim up to the trade deadline and see what that's all about. I don't know if that's only for online leagues or if this is for local leagues as well, but either way, if this is a real thing and you're not just able to sit there and, finagle all these trades, you need to do it in a certain time limit. That's a sick addition. I really like that. Also, the default player evaluation AI settings, much different. I remember the ratings used to be almost half or maybe more than half. Now the ratings are only 30% of their evaluation, and the stats for this year are 50%. I usually went 35 and 50 maybe for the ratings. Maybe the ratings was even higher previously, but yeah, it's a crazy difference that they made, but that's really cool. I'm definitely going to try out that default setting. And overall, the aesthetic looks pretty different. All this stuff is higher up, and this was never way up here, so... But I honestly like it. I think I can get used to it. Everything else looks pretty similar. Player pages look about the same. Nothing really crazy going on there. And yeah, honestly, I haven't gone that deep into it, but I'm going to sim up to the trade deadline, go through the season, try to pick up on any things that I notice that happen, and kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on with this and see if it's a really big difference. Because so far the settings look quite a bit different. So yeah, that's just an overview of the things that I noticed before even moving ahead in the season. So let's move ahead and see what happens. Actually, I forgot to mention, I don't know if this is just for the beta version, but when you're starting up a game and you know how we used to give you all the leagues you can choose from, there was only 4. There was the major leagues, there was the KBO, and there was United States affiliate leagues, which is probably independent leagues, maybe other leagues that I'm not even thinking of. And then it was the World Baseball Classic. Those were the only 4. I don't know if that's only for the beta version. Maybe they'll expand that when the actual version drops in 3 days. But just another thing that I noticed. So yeah, we'll be back. Okay, so here's a couple things. On this view right here, this used to have, I think, another row, at least on this larger screen. I used to play on a smaller desktop, and it used to be these, only 6 on this overview in the organization. But when I upgraded my computer, I got a bigger screen, and then it was there was 9 available here. Now there's only 6, same computer and everything, but that kind of sucks. I liked having, the full overview of all these. And also, transaction log under the organization. I don't think that was there before. That's huge because I could never find it. I'd always have to dig, and logs and go into the major transaction logs and stuff. But it's right here, so that's awesome. Very cool addition. So yeah, just another thing. So I just hopped into the opening day game, really cool animation when you start up the first game. I don't know if this is only for opening day, but it kind of did a 360, kind of rotating around the park. So there was a view from right field and it kind of went around. I didn't record it, but pretty cool. Not really like a huge deal, but the 3D does look great. I mean, much improved. Like it might not seem like a huge difference, but the player models look way better. They move like actual like people might move. It's unfortunate, uh, but very cool. The 3D looks awesome. So yeah, that's the in-game stuff has changed. So yeah, we'll be back. All right, so I just went through a bit of the draft, and I mean, the one thing they didn't fix is the bonus demands. I don't know if that's like just a budget thing, like balancing the game, but like all these guys still have like the 10 million, like $11 million bonus demands, like not even for the top pick, which this guy ninth pick 13.5 million. Yeah, I mean I get it, like they probably just do it to balance the game a little bit, but not really realistic. That's been going on for years, but not really anything that's probably going to be fixed. So that's fine. I mean, it doesn't really destroy my immersion or anything in the game. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of highly like rated prospects. Like I have the whatever 26th pick here. Like there's still a lot of good guys here, but they're all high school guys for the most part. The one college bat is, yeah, I mean first baseman. So yeah, so pretty realistic there. Like all the best players kind of went early, like Dylan Cruz, Dollander, yeah, Gonzalez, whatever. So yeah, just interesting there. But yeah. All right, so just playing around with the trading. The assistant GM's actually useful now. I don't think you'll convince them to take it. So if I this is a trade that was offered to me, so I know that they'd take it. However, my assistant GM doesn't think I'll take it, so I turn this on to hard mode, like the one that you can't just make it work now. This is cool. I mean, you don't really know. You just have to submit it and see what happens. Also, I see this. I can't get it to select, but you can add international signing pool money, which I guess every team starts with 4.75 million. And you can add that to trades, which is what they do in real life, which is really, really cool. So I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe I have to wait until the period begins, or maybe it's only in the off season. I'm not sure, but either way, that's a really cool addition. So yeah. One thing I did notice is going to take some time to get used to. I think these things used to be swapped, so I kept clicking on Head Scout, and it wasn't. I thought it wasn't selecting it, but it's like the opposite, where the one that you're selected on is the lighter one. I think that was different in last year's game. That's why I kept doing that. So that's a little. That'll get some getting used to, but definitely a little bit different. Okay, so I'm up to the trade deadline, and this came up start trade deadline day. So I think it's like that 4-minute thing. So I just want to see what it is. Okay, trade deadline started. Every 4 minutes, teams will evaluate the trade offers proposed to them. Wow, what the hell? Okay, so accepted deals in progress. What the heck? Okay. So these are all the trade. Okay, so yeah, these are all the trades that I've been offered over the course of the season so far. Let's go into this one. So I guess, wow. So these are okay. So these guys in the trade block, can't sort them by anything besides their team. So I guess I just go through this. Say if I wanted, I don't know, Mike Yastrzemski. I don't know. I guess I can go in and offer them a prospect for him, and then let's see what happens with this. So let's give him like, I don't know, this guy looks fine. So submit the offer. Expect to hear from the GM shortly. Okay. So I can pause it, I guess. But I'm not going to do that. So it looks like there's 4 stages to this. Pretty damn cool. And then these, okay, so those are the offers that have been sent, completed deals. I don't know if this is in real time, if these will update, or if this is just the previous, I guess, section of the trade deadline. So if I, whatever, so if I cancel this trade, I guess I would drop my, I guess, owner or GM reputation. So if I complete this trade, whatever, wow, this is pretty damn cool. So yeah, let me sim to the end of this this last 2 minutes because I'm not going to do anything, and then I just want to see what happens after that. Okay, so we're at the next stage, I guess stage 2 of the deadline day. Trade deadline sim is about to begin. You have 4 minutes until the next trade deadline processing window will begin. So, you received a reply to trade proposal. Where the heck is that? So, in progress. So what'd they say? They said it's a deal. So I guess in this case, I would go in and complete the trade. Okay, and then so it just takes a couple minutes for them to respond to it. And I assume this just goes on for the next couple cycles of offering guys and then kind of seeing what people say. So it looks like a bunch of trades went through in the last cycle. Also, just looking around, this seems to be a lot more like, I guess, sensical trades that are being made. It's like, you know, the Rays are buying, because I know they're in first place. They're getting Johnny Cueto for some minor leaguers. There's no, like, outlandish things going on where, you know, a team that's getting destroyed and they're horrible and they're trading for some, like, washed-up guy. So, pretty cool. So the Dodgers, I thought the Dodgers were in last place. Looks like so they've moved up. That makes sense. So they trade for Profar. Yeah, all these trades seem to be pretty good. So looks like I guess the engine has been upgraded with that. So really cool, really cool. Yeah, well, I'll let you guys know if anything else crazy happens, but the deadline day is a pretty cool addition. You could pause it if you don't want to go through all the stress of doing that, or, I mean, you can make trades beforehand, I guess, but yeah. All right, so this is something that I guess hasn't been fixed. So Seth Lugo was having a pretty, I mean, not great season, but really good season for the Padres, and they just released him for no reason. I'm guessing they had to fill, they had a roster spot they need to open up, but yeah, I mean, that's been a problem in OOTP in the past, where these guys would just randomly get released like in the middle of the season when they're having pretty good years. You can see a bunch of guys here. Colin McHugh, I'm pretty sure, signed a pretty decent contract with Atlanta, and he just got released. I mean, he was pitching pretty well, and I mean, whatever. You're never going to be able to completely eliminate that out of the game, but I wish that was a little better, I guess. So yeah, just something that hasn't been fixed in the game, I guess, right there. So this is a cool screen. I don't know if this was in last year's game, but this Pennant Chase screen, so it's right underneath like MLB drop-down menu, and I mean, there's a lot going on the screen. It's tough to kind of follow, but it kind of gives you, the race here in the AL East. It's between the Orioles and the Red Sox right now. Gives you the upcoming Orioles schedule and the Red Sox. So if you're like kind of like league watching, this is a really cool screen. You can see the AL Central. I mean, this isn't terribly close, but they still give you like whatever total games remaining, how many away, how many at home. Average winning percentage. That's sweet. Wow, that's a really cool addition. Especially, I mean, my team's not in the hunt right now, so I don't really care. But like, say if the Yankees were up here, I'm playing as the Yankees right now. I wanted to see, the Orioles. Let's see what they have ahead. They have a pretty tough schedule ahead. So do the Sox. Maybe mine will be easier. And then, it gives the percentage of playoffs, like how likely you are to make the playoffs and all this stuff. So really, really cool screen. And it's, it's split between AL and NL on each side. So another cool screen, I guess, team versus team. So you could see how good, instead of having to go through individually, seeing how well you're playing against each team. Like, I guess the freaking Orioles are 13-0 against my team this year. Wow. That would suck in real life. But yeah, it gives you a breakdown of, how well each team's doing against every other team in their league. And I guess you could do combined as well. That's a really, really useful screen. Seeing how well you've done against, better teams and worse teams. So, yeah, all this stuff's pretty much the same, but yeah, sweet screen. All right, so we are simmed up to October 17th. This is where the International Free Agent Showcase begins, which is a new addition to this year's game. So basically, it gives you this list of, players that are going to be available to be signed on January 15th of next year, I guess, of the next whatever in the off season. So you can view your international practice invitees right here. So once per month, you can run a practice up to 15 international amateurs. So my scout would invite all of these people. And yeah, I guess we will see what happens with this, or, I know you can, in the trailer, they said you can like build relationships with them and stuff. So, and it looks like the demands, we'll see how the demands work and everything, and see if, you just have to offer the maximum like you have for however many years this has been a thing. But, so there's a thing to run practice. So, and their loyalty. Okay. So you'll increase your scouting accuracy on all invitees and their loyalty to the team, but it can only be run once per month. So, so all of these people will become more like interested in you, I guess. Okay, so the practice has been run. So I guess we'll come back in a month and see, how much of this stuff increased. I think this already did. So it looks like, Cortas, he now has a strong relationship with us. And the league interest is very low, but I mean, I doubt that stays. And I'm guessing our accuracy will go up too, as these guys, work out a little bit more with us. So yeah, these are recently scouted guys. I don't know how many of these guys are ours or whatever, but okay, it looks like we scouted Kyle Schwarber for some reason. So, okay, so we'll come back and see what happens with this. All right, so we're back. This is November 1st, so it's the next month. We can run another practice, so let's see what happens to these guys. And looks like our scouting accuracy went up. League interest also went up, so I'm guessing these guys, the ones with lower league interest, you're probably going to be able to get for cheaper. And, like this guy who has a ton of interest around the league, maybe he doesn't have the best relationship with our team. Maybe this isn't the guy we go after. Maybe we go after like, very low league interest and strong relationship, like Gallegos here, who, we also have scouted high. So, really, really, really cool. So we'll see once we get to the signing period what happens with this. So here's something interesting. I don't know if this will probably be patched eventually, which is why I don't want to start up a save. So Aaron Nola just had a really, really awesome season, but he made 33 starts, pitched 156 innings. That makes no sense. Looks like they limited his pitch count to like 75 a game throughout the entire season, which is, obviously not realistic. And this is not like a one-off thing. Like Blake Snell, same thing, like 30 starts, 143 innings. And yeah, I know like a lot of teams do this stuff, but I didn't even notice it because, like my guy's 182, Cole led the league with 199. Even Cortez was at 152 with like a garbage season. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I'm sure it'll be patched, but just wanted to point that out. If anyone, from OOTP happens to come across this video and sees this, but I'm sure, it'll be listed in the forums and everything. So I'm not too worried about that, but Yeah, that's why you don't launch a full series during the beta, or even like in the first couple of weeks, because who knows when that'll get fixed. But just an observation, I guess. So unlike past years, I'm actually getting some decently like interesting trade proposals. Like the Rangers offered me Jack Leiter, who had a rough year, but he has a top prospect pedigree. For like Tommy Kahnle will retain 75% of his deal, and Jesus Rodriguez, who's a nice catching prospect, but like also had a really rough year. So this is just, like actually like trades I might accept. You know what? For the sake of this, well, I guess can't even accept it, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is, like actually interesting trades. Wow. So Aaron Nola wound up signing a big deal. Cool. Anyway, we were able to do our scouting again. The international guys. So we'll do that. And then, we'll go up to the signing period and see what happens. All right. So here's another point of interest, I guess. The Rule 5 draft, over the years has been a problem with, like top prospects being available and stuff, and, being really, really easy to cheese the game in that way, where like you're able to just get top prospects in the Rule 5 draft. However, I mean, it's my first time going through, and I'm just glancing, but there's not really any like, wow, I need this guy. I mean, this guy's a nice player, but I mean, 24 years old, like not some 22-year-old stud that you can just pick up. I mean, this guy's 22. But I mean, overall, it seems improved. I mean, time will tell if that's actually the case. It's just a one-off little series, but yeah, good job on OOTP if they did fix that. That's great. Love to see that. And just following up, there's actually a lot of picks made, which, I think they're pretty garbage picks. Like, okay, James Paxton, sure. Luke Voigt, the first overall pick. But at least there's picks made, and, like it went all the way to the 4th round and stuff, which is pretty dang cool. Compared to last year's game where I feel like no one has ever picked. And, again, this is the first time running through this, so you can't really tell. You can't base that all off of one draft, but overall, seems better. So great to see. All right, so here we are at the international free agent signing period. I don't know if my team actually has any money, but at least we can look at the screen even if I can't sign. So you have the 3 parameters: relationship, interest, scout, and accuracy. All the individual ratings. So I assume this is interest around the league. So, like a guy who's very low interest, we were talking about this Gallegos. He has a strong relationship with us, and not a lot of interest around the league. So, I guess we can invite to training. Oh, whatever. I didn't do the last training, but that's fine. So yeah, we have no money, but I assume hypothetically, if I had a team that wasn't broke, we can get this Gallegos guy because he doesn't have a lot of interest with the AI compared to some other guys, and he's still a really good player. So that would obviously result in him having a lower demand. Still not sure about the pool money because looks like no one traded for any pool money at all. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, we still have to have the budget room, but we can spend 4.75 mil on international free agents. So, again, hypothetically, this would be how it works. So, really, really cool addition there. I love this whole, it kind of slows it down. It's not just like, oh, here's the signing period. Let me just go offer the best guy $5 million, and hopefully I get him. If not, I'll offer $5 million to the next best guy. There's actually some skill involved. There's a ton of guys on this list. Way more in previous years. I know you could always change that, but I typically just stuck with the regular. But yeah, this seems like it's really gonna like kind of slow down. Add some skill, who you target. And I love this. So I'm excited to actually use this in a real game. And yeah, we'll jump ahead. I'm not sure how much more is, left to explore. We're kind of at the end of the free agent period. Yeah. So, there's just some world classic of baseball, I guess it's called in this game. That stuff is probably going to be standard stuff. But so, yeah, I think I'll probably just end the video here. I mean, seems like a logical spot. Kind of went through the entire season, all the new things that came. I probably missed some stuff. Let me know if anyone's watching, you found something that I missed. I'd love to see it because if I know it's coming, I won't be shocked or oh shoot, maybe I forgot to change something that happened that I have no idea that it was even a thing in the game. So if that makes any sense. It was kind of just gibberish, but anyway, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited for 24. Probably start up a series in the next month or so, and in the meantime, I'll probably work on the 23 series with the Giants and finish that up and everything. So thank you for watching again, and enjoy 24. We'll talk to you later. Bye.